good.
I don't think so. Hi, everybody. We are back, and we are obviously not live tonight, but we've just got stuff going on, and so we decided to pre-record and then share with you. And we went to you all this week and asked, what do you guys want to hear about? So some of the topics we're going to be discussing are ideas that you guys had, and so feel free to leave a comment. Let us know, do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have your own experience to share, and dive in with us like that?
Sounds good. So we're going to start with career pivots as a single parent. So both Ashley and I think a lot of our friends and family, we've had some career pivots in our life. And so we're just going to kind of talk about our experiences and kind of what made us career pivot. So Ashley, you can start with yours.
Sure. So my career pivot was unintentional. My company did downsizing. They actually cut, by the end of May, they had cut 381 people. I found out yesterday they are cutting more people this week.
Oh my gosh.
I was in the insurance industry. I guess I still am. And so I was kind of forced into this career pivot. But prior to that, I had been in my job for almost 14 years. And I really liked my team and the flexibility in my boss. But I felt kind of, I don't want to say bored because I was challenged. I just felt like, is there something more? And I remember talking with, I don't remember if it was you or Cassie or one of my friends, about how, like, I just don't think this is it for me, but I could never leave because my job is so cushy. I love my boss. I work from home. It's super flexible. And so I was kind of forced out. And so now I'm in the job hunting phase. And at first I was like, I'm getting out of healthcare. I'm doing something fun that I enjoy. But I have so much experience in healthcare, and I really like working for the man. I do. I need the structure, because if I'm my own boss, what I've discovered is that I will sleep in, I will watch too much TV, I will hang out with my friends, and I really do need the accountability of somebody being like, I'm in charge of you, and this is the time you clock in, and this is the time you clock out. And it wasn't that strict in my last job, but I did have things I had to get done, and I was accountable to other people. So that's where I'm at. I am shifting, and I'm thinking of, I've got my kids, we've got our house, we have our standard of living of how much we want to go on vacation, or what we want to buy for the house, or going out to eat, or you want to get new clothes or new toys. And it's like, I gotta do this not only for myself, but also for them.
Yep, always. My career pivot is kind of funny because I was in the medical field for 15 years of my life, and that was, my career. That's what I thought I would do forever. I worked, the last office I was in was in plastic surgery. Then I went into sales for 3 years, outside sales, for the opposite of plastic surgery, which was auto parts. And so it was a nice shift in career, but
I don't think you can get further from
no. Everyone's like, what did
plastic
you used to
surgery.
do? I'm like, plastic surgery. Like, I was in plastic surgery. They're like, huh? How'd you get into auto parts? I'm like, worry about yourself. So for me, that was such a great shift, though, of, being able to kind of make my own schedule. And, I worked in my car all day, and I had a little bit more flexibility. And then from there, I've now shifted for the past 4 months to fitness full-time, which was always my side hustle, my side passion. So doing that full-time, and I feel like I also need the structure and everything, so it's weird for the past 4 months being my own boss. So I'm kind of trying to make that structure myself. But I made that shift to have, more freedom. And I will say, working for yourself, that is not more freedom. I went from working, 6, 7, 8-hour days to working like 14-hour days. But I can make my own schedule. My daughter's home with me. So I think my career pivot was truly a blessing. And I know I'll get to that point of having more structure and having more of a set schedule. But right now I'm just kind of working 7 days a week, seeing a lot of people. But I wanted more time with Olivia. I wanted her to be able to be home with me during the day when I'm seeing clients. And so for me, that shift made sense. But I miss the medical field. I miss sales, all that. But to do what you love every single day and do it all day long, it is a dream come true. So I hope to do this for a long time coming. I hope to not, I don't want to go back to working for someone else. I don't want to work for the man anymore. I want to work for myself. So, so that I hope, longevity, I hope I can keep doing it for a while, but
Well, one thing
we'll see.
one thing that's really cute about you doing fitness full time, and I've told you this, but I want to share it with them, is like I'll be like, you need a day off. You need like a day where you don't work at all. And she's like, oh yeah, I don't work on Fridays. And then she's like, well, I have a client, but it's like really early. Or well, I have like 3 clients, but like that's it. And like to her, because you don't feel like you're working,
No.
you're helping people, and this is what you love to do. And I'm like, girl, getting up at 7 a.m., that's working. And you're like, no, it's not a big deal. Like she loves it so much, and it like fulfills you to be helping other people, and
It does.
it's not even work.
Everyone's killing it. It makes me so happy. Oh my gosh. Everyone is freaking killing it. So yeah, doing fitness full time, it is a freaking dream. But I'm so proud of you. She's doing so good. Everyone's doing so good.
I'm trying.
You are. You're doing amazing. We're outside today, and I'm starting to sweat. How are you feeling, Ash?
I'm starting to sweat. I'll share this story earlier. When I was getting everything set up out here, I was in a different outfit, and I could feel I was starting to sweat, and I felt, this is so gross, I thought I felt sweat dripping down my back.
What
So
was it?
I went to wipe it, and it was a bug. And I don't know what kind of bug. I put my hand like up my dress
Oh.
to wipe it, and I felt it, and I grabbed it, and I threw it, and I looked, and I didn't see it anywhere, so I don't know what it
You're
was.
like, oh, that sweat dripping down. Oh, nope, it says bugs.
It
probably.
had to be like an earwig or an ant or something. It was like something little.
I hate bugs. We don't like bugs around here.
No.
Yucky. What's next? Oh, yeah. Let's talk about boundaries.
Let's talk about them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you start because I think
Well-
you're very good at boundaries.
Oh, honey, that's very sweet of you to say.
I think we both are good. I think we're good.
Yes, I think you're right. I tend to be hard on myself, and when I don't do things perfectly, I tend to focus on everything that I'm doing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm immediately like, I'm terrible at boundaries, per my
No.
reaction.
No.
But when I think about it, I'm like, oh, I'm actually really good at boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
I think it depends on the topic.
I think so too.
When it comes to like the people in my life, people that I'll get romantically involved with, or people that I'll be friends with, I do have pretty good boundaries. And when I see things that I don't like or I don't want to be aligned with, it's very easy for me to pull back. It's very easy
Yeah.
for me to not be a part of that. I struggle with boundaries on like my time, like doing the things that I'm supposed to do. Part of it is I think that things will take less time than they actually take. Like I don't think it will take 3 hours to get the mics working for a podcast. I don't have that kind of time carved out, you know.
No.
And then it does, and then the rest of my day is like thrown off or whatever. And so, but one thing that I do for boundaries, the thing that I kind of preach to myself, is it takes practice.
Yeah.
And I think of a sport like baseball, because I did softball and t-ball my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
In order to get good at it, you have to practice. And you don't just practice. You don't just show up at the game and hope that you're really good. You practice on your own. You practice at home, throwing the ball and hitting it, or playing catch with somebody. You practice with other people. And so practicing boundaries could be, like maybe you have a problem where you say yes to everything. We've both had this problem before. We say yes to everything, and we overfill our schedules, and then we're overwhelmed, and we kind of lose our crap, right? So practicing on a little thing. Like someone's like, hey, can you, I don't know, blah, blah, blah for me. And it might be little and insignificant, and you really don't have time. And it's just saying, I'm really sorry, I don't have time.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to help you a different time, but like right now is not the time.
Yes.
That's a little way of keeping a boundary and honoring yourself. And the more you do it on the little things, the easier it will be on the big things.
Yeah. I think for me, boundaries nowadays at the age of 40, I will only say yes to things that I truly want to do. And I am not saying yes to anything that I know I don't have the energy for. There's some things that I absolutely want to do, but I know my schedule. I know my schedule with my daughter. I know, being able to see my family, my mom, like all those things, friends. I know certain things I have to say no to. Yes, or certain things I would love to be able to do and say yes to everybody, but I know that's just not feasible. So for me, I'm unless something aligns with me and I know that it's going to add some value to my life or add value to someone else's life, I'm not going to do it. So for me, really sticking to that. And when it comes to my work schedule now, I'm really trying to stick to not really doing weekends too much. So really trying to stick with keeping my weekends open, besides classes, besides programming, all those things. There's a little bit of work, but not actually, doing a lot of clients on the weekends. So just really, I don't know, just I know the minute I'm getting burnt out, I know like, I've been saying yes to like everything around me, and I know if I'm lacking sleep, I'm lacking energy, I'm lacking focus, I'm not feeling great in my own workouts, I'm not feeling great when I'm coaching classes, I have to pull back somewhere. So I think I've got better over the years at saying no. I used to say yes to everything. I don't do that anymore. So, and people understand if you're, I'm incredibly honest, as are you. So I think when something, the thought of doing something that I know I don't have time for is overwhelming, I just say, I would love to help you, or I would love to do that for you, or I would love to do that with you. But timing of life right now, like let's talk in a couple months, So yeah, that's how I kind of set my boundaries and stick with it for the most part.
For me, what I do with my weekends, because you mentioned weekends specifically, is that used to be, it's better now that I'm not working. I have a lot more free time during the week. But it used to be that would be when I would want to catch up with all my friends. And so, like, if it's a weekend, my kids are with their dad, I would play Friday night. I would have breakfast plans with one friend. I would have lunch plans with another friend. I would play again Saturday night. I might do lunch on Sunday, and my whole weekend was booked up and I was exhausted. And so I finally was like, weekends that I have a bunch of gigs are for gigs.
Yeah.
And I don't need to fill it up with other stuff.
Yes.
Like this weekend, I'm going to talk to you guys later about all the things I'm doing, but I play Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon.
Holy crap.
And so, and I do actually have an obligation on Saturday. I think I might have 2 obligations on Saturday. But it's like, I have to leave myself space or I'm going to
go crazy.
I'll be so bitchy. When
And
I'm tired,
yeah.
you don't even want to be around me.
And I think too, that boundary of, I think you and I were a little different. Ashley definitely has a higher social meter. I think with me, I'm with clients all day long. So for me, my nighttime, I'm like, I just need to like decompress. And a lot of times I don't love going out a lot, and like I love like going to dinner and like that kind of stuff, but like going out, I'm just like, I want to be home in my pajamas. So I think for me, at least once a week, having a night to myself, not with my boyfriend, not with friends, not with Olivia, just I have one night, like Thursday night. I know this Thursday I have a free night, so I cannot wait to just decompress. I'm going to, just do what I want to do for that night, even if it's a couple hours, and just having that time. That's a very sacred time to me too, of being like, nope, I can't do anything. I'm going to be by myself. So I think just having that time alone and being able to like, just, I don't know, just kind of check in with yourself and see where you're at mentally and emotionally and everything, and just make sure we're good. You got to make sure you're good. Otherwise, I will go crazy if I don't have a night to myself, like at least an hour or 2 a week. I'm like, and I don't get that reset. I don't have that like relaxation time of being able to like reset my mind and prepare myself, I guess. So I like to clean in my free time. That's really stupid, I realize, but it's a control thing. I know I can control my clutter and my space, so I just like to have it all clean. So I'll probably clean on Thursday night. It's very exciting.
I discovered this. It's not that I like to clean. It's that I like my house being clean.
Yes.
There are certain things I don't hate.
Yeah.
I don't hate dishes. I don't mind them because they're so easy. I can do it mindless without even thinking. You hate dishes, I can see.
I hate them so much. I don't have a dishwasher. It freaking sucks. So I cook every meal for Olivia with all her food allergies. So I have a lot of pots and pans and plates and all the things. It's just nonstop dishes. I hate it.
And mine is nonstop laundry. It does not matter. I am not working and I still cannot keep up on laundry.
I'll do your laundry if you do my dishes.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a full load of towels. Gabe has 2 full loads of clothes, to the point that he has no shorts in his room, which is why I had to come down here to get him clothes today.
I'll come help you whenever you want.
Well, and then when I'll be like, okay, I'm going to do the laundry, I go into the basket and 80% of it is wrinkly. And then I have to throw it back in the drawer. I'm like, damn it.
I
I can never keep up on laundry.
So hard being us.
It is. You get
It is.
This
It
is why
is.
we're friends, because you get the struggle.
It's hard work and for any parent out there, really anyone out there, and you don't have to be a parent, it's freaking hard to juggle all the things, to try to keep all the balls flying all around and in the air. Like, it's freaking hard I see all those like funny memes about, working out and work and, family time and friend time and self-care time and
Being a good friend and being a good daughter and being a good
drinking
mom.
your water, getting your protein in, and it's like I've seen all those memes. It's like protein, get your protein, and get your protein in. It's freaking annoying sometimes. I'm like, this is exhausting, but we do it. You show up, you get the shit done, and that's what we do. So, yep.
And one other thing that we do is trying to maintain our friendships, trying to be a good friend, sometimes make new friends.
Yeah.
Like you were saying earlier, I love making new friends. I love being connected. I love reconnecting with people that maybe I haven't talked to in a while. And this was a topic that someone had specifically asked us to talk about, was finding and maintaining friendships in our 40s. I think it actually applies to any age.
It does.
And I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, where when you're in school, you're just automatically friends with people because they're around you.
Yeah.
When you're an adult, it's like, how do you find new friends? And a lot of people, it's through work, and a lot of their identity comes from their work. But as a person who's been working from home for 4 years, I'm like, I've got to have friends other places.
Yeah.
When I think about it, a lot of my friends are through the music scene, which is also work.
They are.
It's another job.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people that I meet through you, they're like, "Are you in a band? Are you in a band?" I'm like, "I'm not in a band. You don't want to hear any of this come out." No.
Because they're all in bands.
I know. So it's like, I'm like the black sheep of your friends, I feel like, but I'm okay with that. I think maintaining friends, I think prioritizing those friendships. I'm in a newer relationship, so for me, making sure I'm still making time for friends, making sure I'm still talking to them, making sure you're making time for them, because life is busy. Life will take over if you don't. We are such planners. We have to be. So I think my biggest advice is planning dates with your friends. Planning, even if it's a month out, it's being like, this day we're gonna go to this concert. We're gonna go, like my friend Cody and I, we're going to see Chris Brown. I'm so excited. We have that in the books though. Having those kind of friend dates that we know, I mean, we're so good about that. We really try to plan ahead. Otherwise, it's a shit show, and the weeks go by so fast, the days go by so fast. So if we don't plan it ahead, we're never going to see each other. So
especially when you're as busy as us. Think about it. Other than my Memorial Day party, the last time that we hung out, that we weren't working out, was in April when we did our photo shoot for this.
That is so sad.
May, June, July. It's 3 months.
And
we see
yes,
each other, but
of course, we're working out. We're doing the podcast. We're good at. We touch base every day. We're sending voice messages. I think it's really refreshing just to know you have those friends that like are putting in that effort. And I also have friends that we don't talk every day, and that's okay too. And everyone's in different phases of life, and some are parents, some aren't parents, some are super busy working, some aren't working right now. Like, there's so many aspects of friendship. So kind of knowing, every friendship that I have is so different, and some friends don't want to talk every day. Some friends absolutely want to talk every day. So it's I know you do. So do I. So I think just knowing that what type of friendship you have, and there's a few friends that, we talk once a week, sometimes once a month, and you just pick up where you left off. There's some friends I'll see once a year, and it's like, unless I think there's those friends that are a little bit more, I don't want to say needy, but if you aren't talking constantly, that friendship would just probably fall off. But I have friends
they're
that,
like, oh my gosh, please, it's too much.
Yeah, but there's some that are like, we'll talk when we talk. Like, don't worry about it. So I think any friendship like that is beautiful, but I think, just making those plans, having that set in life, otherwise life takes over. Yeah,
and I think in regard to finding friendships in your 20s and older is finding people doing like-minded things. Like for you make friends through fitness stuff, right? I make friends through music stuff, but also like a few of my closest friends are you and Cassie and Melissa, and none of you are in the music scene.
That's true.
But you are all single moms.
Yeah.
And so I found people that we have a common connection.
Yeah.
And so we are doing the single mom thing. And now that's expanded. Now we've got Elena, who I've met through you. And it's like, then you meet friends through other friends.
I know.
And you kind of build a friend group and become part of a community.
I love that.
Me too.
I love it. And it's funny because I always say, like, I don't like making new friends because, I have a lot of really good friends that I'm good with, but Ashley and I, like we always talk about, we just met last year. So it's, I think sometimes as you get older, meeting people that just, like you said, are on the same kind of journeys together, you click with instantly, those type of friendships are really special as you get older. And then you have the friends that you've been friends with forever. So I think kind of having a mix of those friends. And for me, I don't have a lot of super duper duper close friends. I have a very small knit group of friends that, I cherish. But I have a lot of friends, so if I hung out with everybody all the time, we would never sleep. Neither would you. So just choosing those times of hanging out and friendships and just making the time.
Yeah, making the time is really important.
Yep.
Well, I want to shift gears and I want to talk a little bit about dating, but we talk a lot about red flags in other people, which we'll get to, but I want to share a story of when I was the red flag.
Yes.
Like, I didn't realize I was the red flag
Do I know this story?
you don't. Until I told this story to somebody else.
Yes.
And it was actually a guy that I was dating at the time, and we both were like, oh my God, every person has a time that they were the red flag, that they don't realize they were the red flag. So this story is really funny. So I was like fairly new on dating apps, so this was probably, like 8 years ago. And I matched with this guy. Yeah, I've been out here a long time.
That's okay. That's okay.
I matched with this guy. I remember his name was Dave. I don't remember his last name. Not that I would share his last name anyway. And we're not connected, so I don't mind sharing his name.
Yeah.
Usually I don't. But anyways, we talked, and it was like the conversation was going well for a few days or whatever. We decided to meet up, and he told me he's actually never met up with anyone on a dating app before. And I had been out here for a few months, and I'm like, oh, I've met like a bunch of people, whatever. So we were talking, and I was talking about, going through my divorce, and I'm going on a girls' cruise soon, and I remember some of the things I would say, and he'd be like, yeah, you mentioned that. And I realized, like, I'm just trying to fill the space, so I'm like repeating things that we've talked about before, which is already awkward. Oh, it gets worse.
Oh, no.
So then I realized, like, I'm talking too much. So I'm like, okay, tell me about you. Like, what do you do? And he told me that he works in an attorney's office. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Where at? And he told me it was up in like Monroe County. And I'm like, and it like hit me. I'm going through a divorce and I live in Monroe County at the time.
Oh.
And so I'm like, hold on a second. And I make this connection in my mind that this guy works at my attorney's office.
Oh.
So I get in my purse. Why did I have my divorce paperwork on me? I don't know. Had it just come in the mail or something, perhaps. I had it on me, and I pulled it out, and I went to the page that was signed by the paralegal, and I go, are you, Dave, blah, blah, blah.
Was it him?
It was him.
Wait, I have a lot of questions. Did he know that ahead of time?
No.
Okay.
Because it was like a few months past, so.
In my head, I'm thinking he like saw you or something, and he was
No.
like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get that."
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I wasn't sure.
So I had filed in November. So the first time I would have gone, November, it might have been December. Filed in December, and then we had a meeting in February. Our last meeting at the court was February, and I went on this cruise in May. So it probably would have been April. So I would have met him like once or twice.
Okay.
And it would have been
Holy
in passing.
crap.
But I pulled this out, and you see his eyes get big. And then I was like, oh my gosh, like I was totally trying to flirt with you. Like now I just made the connection of like who you were. Because this picture online didn't look like the guy from there. And then when I saw him in person, I was just thinking about the picture online.
Whoa, yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, I don't make it a habit to flirt with clients that are going through divorces. And I'm like, yep.
I could just picture
see
you
that.
pulling paperwork out and being like, here, look at this.
Like, look at this is your signature right here. You signed it.
It's pretty funny.
And at the
That's
end,
not that bad.
well, I mean, at the
it could be
end,
worse.
he ghosted me though.
Oh, shit.
At the end, I was like,
Okay.
yeah, totally. Like, I would love to meet up again. And he was like, oh yeah, definitely. Like, I'll definitely.
Can't wait to
contact
see you again.
He
Skirt.
unmatched me.
Oh. I kind of want to tell my story.
Do it.
Oh, I have to.
Do I know this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna tell a story. Why not?
Let's do it.
So I'm gonna make this as quick as possible. So Went to a baseball game with a guy. He's probably gonna watch this. It's fine. We're not friends on anything, but it's fine. Tigers game. They were playing the Dodgers. I was very excited. He was living in Detroit. I was like, I'll meet you there. That's great. Whatever. That's way. It's like a public place. Get there. We go to the game. I get us some hot dogs. I get a drink. We're sitting in the sun. It is very hot that day. It is very crowded. It is a sold out. We are shoulder to shoulder. We're like this. It is very hot. He has on very tight pants, jeans. I don't know why he was wearing that, but he was like sweating profusely. So he was very warm. He said he was getting a headache. He was very hot, whatever. So you could just tell he was just agitated the whole time. He wasn't having a good time. I was having a great time. I was having a hot dog. I had a beer. I was like, oh, cheers. And it was like 4th inning, 5th inning. I don't remember. And he's like, I want to go. You know, I have a headache. And I was like, okay. And I was going to stay, but I couldn't because I was in the middle of Detroit and I didn't know hell I was. So I was like, I'll just walk back with you, whatever. So we go, we say goodbye. I go to give him a hug and he goes like this and he runs away. And I was like,
She did a tap on my back.
it was a quick little tap and then he literally ran. And I was like, that wasn't very good. So I was like, what the hell did I do? And I was like, maybe he has to poop his pants. Like maybe like, I didn't know. I wasn't sure. So said goodbye and I was like, that's going to be done. I don't know what just happened. So I get a text the next morning. Wish you nothing but the best. You're amazing, beautiful, whatever. You're not my person. Didn't feel a spark. We're good to go. Months later, I get a message saying that there was more to the story. And at that time, I was seeing someone else. I was like, oh, we're good. Don't worry about it. And he's like, oh, I want to tell you though. And I was like, don't worry about it. We're good. And then finally he says, I hit him with my hair 8 times during the game. So when I was bending over to grab my beer, it was this side. I was like, woof, and I was hitting with my hair. And he said it happened 8 times, and he didn't say anything. So instead of making a joke out of it, it was a very serious problem for him, and he was very angry. But he said I was a great person, and you know, it was a stupid reason to stop talking to someone. So moral of the story is don't hit people with your hair. So I guess I was a little bit of a red flag in that story, but I guess I really wasn't. I have to be better about throwing my hair around, you know. It has a mind of its own.
disagree.
So
If a dude can't handle me doing this, he ain't my dude.
that's true.
Look at all the body I just gained by doing that, you know?
you have to live your best life. So so that's one of my stories. I'm sure I was a red flag in other
To me,
stories.
To me, he was the red flag because he didn't communicate a problem.
I do agree.
Hey,
Like we're
babe,
adults.
or not babe, you just meant
Oh
it.
God, if that would have been a red
Sorry.
flag.
Hey,
Ah.
you keep hitting me in the face with your hair, and you'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Or just make a joke out of it, like, bro, like if I don't think I'll get hit in the face with someone's hair, but if it was a guy, you never know. Ricky,
Ricky,
he has short
before
hair
the
though.
buzz, yeah.
But you never know. But if I were, I'd be like, bro, stop hitting with your hair, you weirdo. But it would be like, you make a joke out of it. You're
Or
an adult.
like, do you think you could hit me in the face with your hair again? Do you think you could do it harder?
Do
Could you
let's
do it more
see-
frequently?
Let's see how crazy we can get.
Like,
Yeah.
yes, be funny, communicate, and then, you know, that's how
Yeah.
problems get solved.
I like that story though.
Me too.
Michael, if you're out there, I'm sorry for telling this story. It is what it is. I'm sure we're good. We're fine.
Yeah,
Whatever.
We're good.
What's next, my little lady? Let's do this.
Let's
Let's do this.
do this. Well, I want to talk about meeting people in real life because
Yeah.
we've talked a little bit about dating apps, and I think that regarding like a romantic partner, it's the same exact thing as the friendships.
Yeah.
Is like looking for people who are doing similar things to what you're doing.
Mhm.
Like I know for me, because whenever I have a free night, I want to go hear music. Like if I'm not playing music, I want to hear music. Sometimes I play music, and if we get off early, I go hear music after, you know?
Mhm.
And so I want somebody who already does that.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for somebody that I can pluck out of their environment and place into my environment. I want to find somebody who's already in
It's
my
already
environment.
meshed in, and you don't have to struggle with them understanding your lifestyle. And yeah, absolutely. And what you do.
For me, it's also not being afraid to strike up a conversation. So I know something about me is if I'm in public and somebody looks at me like a guy, I don't know if he's looking at me because he thinks I'm pretty, or because he recognizes me from my band, or because he thinks I look like somebody else. And I feel awkward. So I look at them and I do like a and then I just keep walking.
See, I don't look at people. I'm like, we talked about this earlier. I'm like in, a group or whoever I'm with, and I'm just like, meh. If people come over to say hi, I will do that. If I see someone that I know further away, I'll go say hi. But for the most part, I'm not really trying to meet new people. If people approach me or you or whatever, yes, I will have a conversation. But for the most part, I like to keep to myself. I'm like, skirt, I'm good.
I like to make connections everywhere I go. So even like in the Burger King drive-thru yesterday, the girl working the drive-thru window was wearing like a bonnet to protect her hair, and it was hot pink with leopard print. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I love your bonnet. And she's like, thank you. First of all, I didn't have to say that. Second of all, I could have ended there, but I didn't. I said, hot pink and cheetah print are like two of my favorite things ever. And she kind of laughed and she's like, me too. And it's like, I just want to make a connection with people everywhere I go.
I do like that, obviously, conversating and all that, but I don't want to make a bunch of new friends.
But to me, like if I'm out in public and I'm standing at the bar waiting to order a drink, and a guy is sitting there, he has his drink or whatever, it can be awkward to strike up a conversation like, oh, I want to talk to him because I think he's cute, or I want to talk to him because I think he's friends with my friends or something like that. But if there's a natural opening like that, like, what are you drinking? That looks like just what I ordered. Like, I have no problem striking up those conversations.
Yeah.
But I think that people get in their little bubble and they're afraid to talk to a new person.
Yeah.
And that's why it's hard to meet people in real life.
And I feel like, I'm obviously not single anymore, but when I was, if people were to approach me, I didn't really have a lot of men ever approach me. But if they did, I don't know, I feel like it never worked out well. I feel like you have had some luck there, but I have never had luck with someone coming up to me and approaching me and then us going on a date from there. You know what I mean? Like, it's never really worked out, obviously.
It's only worked out a couple times for me. I can only think of a couple examples where I met someone in person and then was like, I want to hang out with them again. Yeah.
It is hard, though. Like, I can only imagine being a man, like, because I have approached a couple people before in public places, because we're strong-ass women. We want what we want. So it's like, if I'm like, oh, whatever, like, I'm just going to do it, like, whatever. But it doesn't, I don't know. I can't imagine being a man and always having to like approach women. And I feel like a lot of times, women are intimidating. If they're a big group of women, some men are good with like going right over to it. Some men are like, ooh, that's a lot of women over there. So I don't know. I can't imagine. Dating is hard.
Well, and I've seen a lot of women on like things on TikTok reading comments like, is it appropriate for a man to approach a woman at like the grocery store or at the gym or whatever? And a lot of women are like, no, we are not on a dating app. I'm just living my life in person. I shouldn't have to worry about men coming up to try to date me.
Yeah.
And I get that, but I'm also like, we're humans and we're all living our experience, and how else are you going to meet people? And if you're not interested, just say I'm not interested.
Exactly. And I feel like, I don't know, if I were to be single and if I was in a bar, I would actually rather have someone come up to me in like a grocery store or a library or a bookstore or like coffee shop or somewhere like that versus a bar where there's alcohol and loud music. I don't know. I would rather, I don't know if that's the norm, but I would rather have like a more casual, someone coming up to me that way versus in like a bar that's, I don't know. I just feel like it's.
I do love getting approached at bars, but
there's a lot of ways that we are different in life, and that's not a bad thing.
But I will say, if I do get like approached by somebody interested at like the grocery store or something, it's not expected, and I know that's not why they're there.
Yeah.
Someone at the bar is looking for someone
I
to
agree.
leave with, not necessarily, but a lot of them are.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of expected there. But if somebody just stops dead in their tracks at the grocery store and was like, oh, hey, then I'm like, me? Like, that's not even why they're here.
Hi, Katie.
And it happened recently. We had just finished a workout. I'm in my workout clothes, no makeup. I didn't even have lashes, mascara, nothing. My hair's in this crazy ponytail.
You look beautiful.
And this dude walked by me and just turned around and was like, oh, hey. And I'm like, is he talking to me?
And then you sent me a picture and said, why is he hitting on this? And I said, why wouldn't he? You looked beautiful. You looked beautiful. And you were glowing from the workout, so.
Some call it glowing, some call it drenched in sweat, but
both.
Neither here nor there.
Both.
Some dudes.
I'm currently glowing. I feel like speaking of bugs crawling down. I do have sweat coming down my back. I'm pretty sure right now. So
It's okay.
I don't
it's
think.
still
I
early
hope it's
enough
not
in the day
bugs.
that we can still go. We can still go change.
That's true. I have clients right after this, so we're good.
Okay, yeah, we're running short on time. Why don't you pick which? We'll get to this and then one of these topics. Which one do you like?
Oh, I want to. Let's. You want? Oh, I'm gonna have you. No, you choose. Oh, this is hard work.
Well, let's do this one quick.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about fitness tip for the week. So my fitness tip for the week is how important rest is, which I am very bad about rest myself, and I'm trying to get there. But how important sleep is, how important letting our bodies rest. I know there's a lot of people out there, a lot of people that I know, and a lot of people just out there in general that think that they have to work out every single day, sometimes twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day, every single day of the week. You don't have to do that. So letting our body rest is so important. You're gonna get better gains if you let your body rest in between workouts and let your body rest, get that sleep, get that nutrition in, getting your protein in, drinking enough water, letting your body really rest and reset between those workouts. Yes, there are some people that wanna work out every day. That's fine. But if your body's exhausted, your body's exhausted, your mind's exhausted, you need sleep, you need rest, like let your body rest. If you wake up every single day, I used to work up at, I'd wake up every single day at 3 something to work out at 5, to work all day, to take care of Liv, to go back to the gym at 8 p.m. That is stupid. So my body was exhausted. So I think my number one thing is, just let your body rest. It's okay to let it rest. And I always say work smarter and not harder. If you're doing a workout and you're giving it your all, you don't have to work out multiple times in a day because you had that amazing workout already. You don't have to push your body to the limits to get great results in fitness in your journey. So that would be my advice.
And something that helps me get enough rest, well, number one, being unemployed, and I can sleep in if I want to. But number two, when I'm not unemployed and I have to get up early, sometimes we want to stay up late and then we want to sleep in. But when we stay up late, we are very rarely productive. And so I heard it called sleeping in on the front end, which means instead of staying up till 2 in the morning and then sleeping till 11, whatever you did between 8 and 2 was probably not productive. So instead of sleeping in 4 hours later, go to bed 4 hours earlier. So instead of staying up till 2, actually go to bed at 10.
Yeah.
And I have big time FOMO, fear of missing out syndrome, and I think I'm missing something. I'm not.
No.
I'm going to bed early when I have to get up early, and then I'm much more productive in the morning.
Absolutely.
And then I feel like I didn't lose, beautiful daylight on a day like this.
And I love, Ash, I love waking up early. I love, yes, I need that extra rest, but I love the quiet of the mornings and being able to drink my coffee and eat my breakfast in peace before the day's crazy, before the day takes over and all the things, take over. That's my me time. And I love that time. So I would rather go to bed earlier and get up earlier than stay up late and sleep in. Because I feel like half the day's gone by the time we wake up. And I'm like, ah.
Especially when you're used to getting up at 3 to plan a workout circuit.
Yeah, I'm like, 5 is sleeping in for me. So I'm like, oh, I feel amazing.
She's like, I didn't have to get up till 7 today. And I'm like,
oh, that's really sleeping in. That feels... I know there's other people out there like that. I'm not the only one.
You're not. Ricky he wakes up naturally without an alarm at 5.
See, Ricky.
I set my alarm for 8:15 today.
That's not, but rest. That's good.
Rest.
And you worked out yesterday.
I went to bed at 12:45.
See, you're letting your body
rest. So I got
rest.
a really good amount of sleep. So
That's good.
7.5 hours, something like that.
That's good. I guess let's skip this and then let's talk about around town. Ash is gonna take over on this one because she knows everything around town.
So, I don't know everything going on around town because I pay closer attention when I'm free to go do things.
Band stuff. Yep.
But I play so much this weekend. I want to tell you guys where I'm going to be at. So Friday night, my band will be at the Bait House in Port Clinton. The thing I love about the Bait House is, number one, it's over the water and they have really excellent pizza. But number two, it's halfway between Cleveland and Toledo. And I have some of my coworkers from when I was working coming out to see me Friday. So I'm super excited.
I love that.
Little reunion. Haven't seen them since I got fired in April.
Yay, though.
And then Saturday night, we are at Bar 145, Pop's Garage, my top 40 dance party band. We'll be there 9 to 12:30. But before that, all day is Christmas in July, downtown Toledo. And so if you just search Christmas in July on Facebook, there's all kinds of bars doing bar hopping stuff. with Christmas themed things, which I think is really fun. I cannot day drink and then perform, so I cannot partake, sadly. But that's a fun thing to do. And then you could end the night at Bar 145. And then Sunday, me and Christian, the lead singer, frontman of my band, who writes his own music and he's super talented, we're doing a duo show at the Quarry in Monroe from 3 to 6.
That's amazing.
And so we're going to be kind of bouncing around everywhere. And then we have something, then next Thursday, we're debuting at Danny's in Rossford. And if you guys have not been to Danny's yet, check it out because it's a really cool music venue. They have amazing food. It is not good for you, so you eat healthy the rest of the week and you save up for those calories. They might have healthy stuff, I don't know, but not the stuff that I get.
To go. Thursday, heck yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be cool. And then Friday, we're at the Sandbar in LaSalle. So I've got 5 gigs in 8 days.
Holy moly.
So
rest, my lady.
when I get down
rest
on myself,
when you can.
I get down on myself about being unemployed, and I'm like, I'm lazy, and I don't have a job, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I actually have 2 jobs. I just don't have 3 jobs right now.
You're busy.
So.
And we have a podcast.
And we have a podcast. That's right.
Tax-free week this year is actually 2 weeks. We're going to talk about that. So August 1st to August 14th, school shopping, all that stuff. I always try to get all Liv stuff during that time. So August 1st to the 14th is tax-free time in Ohio. So
I thought it was usually just a weekend. And
yeah,
now
I thought
it's
it was
like 2
too.
whole weeks.
It's 2 whole weeks,
So
which
I'm like,
is
ooh,
great.
what am I gonna buy?
I know. I'm like, oh, school. It's already almost time for school, you guys. How?
Not for us. We don't go back till after Labor Day, but we didn't get out until June. And so I feel
Michigan.
like summer, we're like still in the thick of summer.
That
for
sounds
us.
amazing. Lucky.
Yeah.
We're like a month. We're a month out. Exactly. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think that's it. So we will be back in 2 weeks, and we'll be live then, right? We'll be live then. So let us know if there's any subjects you want to talk about, though. Throw any topics our way and message us, comment, whatever. If there's anything, anything. I mean, not anything. We can't talk about everything, but we can talk about most stuff, right?
We can talk about a lot of stuff.
We can
I
talk
want to
about a
know,
lot.
we had a lot of comments of people wanting to talk about political stuff, and I'm like, do we want to go there?
Ooh.
Do we want to talk about the Epstein files or the Middle
I don't know.
East? I don't know.
Comment if you would like us to talk about that kind of stuff. I don't know about politics. I don't know. It gets a little dicey.
I do think Eric suggested we could talk about on the podcast how difficult it is to have those meaningful conversations because people are so passionate and they butt heads and they have trouble listening.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a really cool future topic.
Yeah, and I think we can talk about friendships and relationships and if we have different political views and all that kind of stuff.
Mutual respect.
How that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.